Hey guys, it's been a few weeks, but we're back to playing some games, and finally some full games. I've been playing a lot of demos lately, but let's check out Security Booth Director's Cut. So, what we gotta do with this game is, I thought it was kind of a papers, please situation where, you look through the roster of employees that should be there, you let in the ones that should be there, and you turn away the ones that don't. And my North American brain is obviously in motion here as I'm checking the other side of the vehicle. So I was like, okay, I'll talk to everyone first, I'll check their license plate. Like, I wasn't sure if they were acting suspicious if I just turned them away on merit. So, you go check the roster, you make sure that they're there. You open the gate for them. I wasn't sure if you had to talk to them again or not, but, once the gate's open, they don't seem to care too much or anything. The next car came through, and I realized that you need to close the gate afterwards as well, so he got a completely free pass, so hopefully he wasn't an assassin or anything. Right, so this just goes on for a bit. Some of them start saying weird stuff, but to be honest, it doesn't seem to matter what they say at the window, as long as the license plate matches your roster. But then you also get things like this, so you're like, I'm just a minimum wage worker, leave me alone. 0. I went through this again just to see if the error codes were in my roster, but apparently not. They've given me no manual or anything. And then a bunch of weird things slowly start to happen as you stay in the security booth. Things start opening on their own. You get weird phone calls. I'll just let you see. I just did a shortened version of what I experienced, so they don't come at you obviously this fast, but like, this guy really freaked me out. I really wasn't sure what to do with him. I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna deal with my customer first, because that's actually my job, to let people in the gate and keep weird people out. And in my panic, I went a little brain dead trying to find this guy in the roster. And me trying to get that bonus to try and go above and beyond the Call of Duty, I decided to go and try and confront this guy, but you actually can't go much further than this line. You're kind of stuck there, and he just kind of waves around a little bit. But you know what? That's not your job, so we don't have to worry about it. Shady figures can continue being shady.
System failure. System failure.
Yeah, usually that's nothing to worry about. You're just a security booth guy. Sounds like your factory just blew up and random people knocking on your window. I'm sure it's fine. You could tell when the panic started to set in when I was playing this, because I was going brain dead going through the roster and trying to be very careful who I let through. Because I definitely heard an explosion, so I wanted to check back and see, is something on fire, you know? And then, I was like, oh, okay. And then I wanted to see if I could, like, interact with it or wipe it off or something. I just feel like you shouldn't keep bloody handprints on the security booth of your company. This is the first thing people see when they walk into your building.
Behind you.
Oh, so unnerving. It's so good though. I really liked that. I thought it was a nice little gimmick. Yeah, I had quite the panic moment there because the car disappeared. I don't like those noises. Your families will be informed of your death. Ah. Imagine this is your first day on the job. You're fucking minimum wage worker and this happens. Now this is where I found out there's actually multiple endings to this game. I didn't know. So I thought, okay, I'll play through differently each time. So the second time I was like, no, I'm gonna save so many lives and I'm gonna be a hard ass. Nobody is qualified to get into this building. So I literally turned every single car away. I was not having this. I was like, this is it. If nobody works at the factory, nobody can blow up the factory, and weird people will not tap on my door and stuff like that. None of this bad stuff will happen. The shady guy still showed up, but I thought this time, you know what, I'm not going to approach him, but he kind of still does the same thing, and the factory still ends up blowing up. You still get phone calls. Some of them are a little different. You still get some of the tappings. You get some of the not the footprints, the handprints on the booth and stuff like that. Yep, just nobody's getting in. Bye-bye. Go away, Felicia. We're closed. And then this car was different. You can't even send it away. So I was like, alright. And then I was like, oh, fireworks. Those are not fireworks. Yeah, a nice ripping reality. Let's get day 2 of you at this job. Shit's going on. This guy deserves so much better than minimum wage. I hope they're giving him a great severance package. The other version I did of it was I let everyone through. I just opened the gates and I was the worst employee. I didn't take phone calls unless I absolutely needed to. And yeah, this happened. Now, I haven't played this backwards because I actually just don't know how. If you can play audio backwards, I suggest taking a look at that. And this is where the game gets weird. You get bonus clips, you get different endings, and instead of it being a Papers, Please, you almost end up in like all these different universes, which I won't go into details or spoilers or anything, but I've just clicked them down so you can get kind of a taste of what this game turns into. It turns into something much bigger than you being a security guard for this obviously kind of shady, overreaching company. But you end up in space at some point. Obviously this call center. I like that dog, so that needs to be in here. You seem to have to go to different stations almost. This is giving The Thing, I think it is. If you've seen that movie. This was another ending I got by, I think, letting a spirit in. That last car, I think if you let it in, I'm not too sure. And then for some reason, after I got that ending, I ended up here, which is like kind of a medieval, very basic entry. I got to go through a demon portal at some point. I got to run through a graveyard. And then after a while, I was like, okay, so this has a few more secrets than I was expecting. So I tried to see if I could, and ended up getting hit by a... And that last picture I found is like an Easter egg. So if you find it,